welcome into your reading. Hope all of you are doing well. This is going to be a reading for the month of December 2024. I know I am a bit late in the month, so I hope and put the intention out there that if you come across this video anytime outside of December, there is a message here for you and you were guided here for a reason. Either way, I hope that you find some sort of insight, perspective, truth, and validation in today's message. So we're going to start with your personal energy. So we're going to pull some cards to see where you're at, mind, heart, body, and soul at this time or during the month of December. And then we're going to go in and check out what's in your environment and then get some more details. All right. Take a deep breath, get comfortable, see what's coming through for the Pisces group that I'm picking up on today. Who am I reading for today? What is in their personal energy as it relates to their mind, heart, body, and soul at this time? What is a focus? What is most important to them now? What is most important for them to know? Pisces, please. Okay. So we have the Four of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Seven of Swords in your personal energy. Okay. So right off the bat, I mean, it's making me feel like there's a lot going on internally for you at this time. Mentally, there, and then you have the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, for sure in heavy mental air energy right now for the Pisces group that I'm picking up on today. When it comes to the Four of Swords, it's making me feel like you're trying really, really hard to get out of your head. You're trying really, really hard to control certain negative mindset, belief system that may lead to negative, unsettling type of behavior. All right, with the Seven of Swords, this is mischief. This is deceitful. This can also relate to just sabotaging and a lot of pride and ego coming through into the mix especially as you are dealing with others. There's a lot of strategy that's going on here. I'm picking up on heavy revenge, heavy anger as well. So it's unsettling and you're not settled. Your mind is not settled, right? There is so much going on. And I don't know if you are even open to receiving help, right? Like maybe from a psychologist or a counselor or even a family member, a person that you know can help you through this process. Because a lot of this is not based on reality. A lot of this is, I feel like this person, whoever I'm reading for, has gone so far into or down some rabbit hole, you know, where the further and further you've gone, the harder and harder it is to come out of it. What is needed here is heavy earth energy where you are grounding yourself and you're coming back to this 3D reality of this life. Okay. A lot of this may not necessarily even be a realistic perspective of what your situation really is. This may be coming from a mental shift, a mental blockage, which can stem from past experience or, I don't know, it's like sometimes either we go through these phases or we're just the type of person that dwells on a negative experience. Like some people dwell on a conversation of what another person said to them, right? Like words that another person used or how they said what they said, the tone, like looking too much into these details, but then expanding that into this story or concept of what another person was trying to say, right? And the further and further you do that, you're getting away from what really happened in that conversation. I'm also getting this to be in the form of gossip as well. Like somebody has a conversation with somebody, and then they tell another person, but the details are a little different. And then that person tells another person and the details are different. And before you know it, it's a whole other story. So it could be in that form as well, especially with the 7 of Swords here. This is drama. Okay, this is toxic behavior. So I don't know if anybody is dealing with a toxic situation at this time. You also have the 3 of Wands. I think that you're getting frustrated on waiting for something. You've been waiting for results. You've been waiting for something to come through. You've been waiting for a message or a conversation to have with somebody. And the longer it is that you wait on this thing and that there's no real movement or improvement or motion, it's like you're fighting against calming yourself down and acting out. Okay, so it's restless, like I said, very restless energy. You may be pacing around the house or pacing back and forth, or, you know, if you have any like vices like drinking, smoking, things like that, like maybe you're doing a lot of that at this time. But it just feels unbalanced. Okay, there needs to be some equilibrium here and some balance in your situation, your mental, internal situation. To me, the 3 of Wands is like the answer, right? Like what you should be doing. And I am getting a strong sense of having patience. I'm getting a strong sense of also acceptance. So the 3 of Wands talks about an energy where you set things in motion. You made a decision, you set things in motion, and now you're sort of in a waiting period where you're waiting for things to come through so you can continue on this path. There are things that are necessary for you to move to the next level or to the next phase, but in the 3 of Wands, where you're sort of just waiting for it. So there is a level of patience that's needed and required, but also acceptance as well. Accepting that there is no movement at this time, accepting that you're in the situation that you're in right now, and trying, like, the answer here is how can you make the best of that? Because you can't move. And so there's a lot to be gained here as well from an internal perspective, finding your light, finding your truth. What is this? Like, what am I feeling? Like going within and what is the word I'm looking for? Evaluating, I guess. Evaluating your situation, evaluating what got you here, figuring out like the next steps and what you need to do next. I'm also getting with the light and how they're shining, like spirit, you know, connecting with spirit, your spirit guides, your spirit team, feeling the healing energy coming from them, from source, from God, from the universe, whatever it is. Allowing the light to heal. There's a light that wants to shine through. There's a light that wants to come through out of this darkness of the mind here. The mind is dark, but the essence, the spirit, the soul is light. How can this light bleed in to the rest of you? Something wants to shine. Something wants to like wrap itself up in the darkness, right? Like a blanket of light wrapping itself around the dark to heal it, to bring it back to life, to give it life force again. Very intense energy, Pisces, this month for you right there at this time. I don't know what it is that you are going through right now, but Doesn't feel very good. We'll see what's in the environment. This could be in the form of people, situations, circumstances you find yourself in at this time that may be a catalyst or the reason to why you're in this situation to begin with. There's that Ten of Swords. There's an ending in your environment. It feels like the spirit of light, however you deem that to be real, like whatever you call it, the spirit of light is trying to keep a hold of you, is trying to hold on. You may be trying to hold on to the light, while the spirit of dark here with the Ten of Swords is hovering, and it's around your environment, it's around your essence, your energy field, and it's trying to get you. You also have the Chariot in your environment as well. The Page and the Ace of Pentacles. Just going to put this aside for a little bit and then put it back in the deck. So in your environment, there's definitely an opportunity for you to go on a new path. I'm feeling like a fork in the road here. Okay. So there's a fork in the road. There's a choice that needs to be made. In your essence, in your soul, like there's something about you being protected here with the light, but in your external, you're being attacked. This could be a spiritual attack. This could be people who are trying to bring you down or trying to mess with your head or trying to play games. And I'm not saying that you're not playing games. I think that some of you are, okay? Even though I am picking up and connecting to your essence as far as your spiritual, your astral self, you're human, right? Your ego, your pride, your what is this? Like unconscious self or thoughts or whatever is acting out, is acting toxic, is being, dark or something like that. And it's like you're almost giving in to these energies that are coming at you. It's that thought process of, if you're a negative person and you think negative, you tap into and attract negative situations in your life. Like you attract negative things to be negative about, right? Whereas if you are a light worker, or you think positive, or you're optimistic, happy, whatever, you attract more light into your life. It's similar to that. So if you are thinking and acting out or being toxic or, creating drama situations, you're bringing more of that in your field, in your life, or that could be people or situations that you put yourself in. But with the Chariot here, it's saying that you have a choice. And in your environment, there could be a person here that is symbolic of this choice. All right. Or there could be several people I'm picking up on as well. One is darker. You have a choice where somebody is the type that wants you to go toward the dark or brings darkness into your life. A lot of pain, a lot of hurt here with the swords, where you have another person or even situation that is not necessarily bringing light, but they are bringing an option. They're bringing an option for something different, for something new, for a path is showing itself that can propel you into a whole other lifestyle that you don't even know could exist, because you've been in such a dark place. And there's something within you, this light, what is this? Like a wand or a light stick, or I don't know, something a little magical. I don't know. It could be like, again, it could be a guide. Maybe you're seeing an orb or orbs around you, or shining spiritual things around you, something like that. But this is telling you like you can get out. There are options. There is an option for a new life, for a new way of doing something. And this is definitely an opportunity here with the Page of Pentacles, as well as the Ace that flew out as well, to say like, yes, it's new, you know, but there's so much value with the Pentacles that this can bring to your life. You can get more out of this option than you can with this option. And this stewardess, right, symbolically is just saying here, like, are you coming along? Are you getting on this plane? You know? So you have a choice here, Pisces. All right, so we're going to go in and check out what is coming your way. So what do you need to anticipate? Again, this can be in the form of people, situations, circumstances, but we're just going into more detail and we're breaking down the next 30 days. So what's coming toward you in the next week or so? Pisces, please. The Sun, the Two of Wands. So you have the Sun here in the bottom of that deck. There's the Light, the Five of Pentacles. Oof. All right, we're going to talk about the Seven of Swords a little bit here. Depending on the card it's paired with or the position that it comes out on in the spread, will determine a lot about the intention of this Seven of Wands. Okay. So the Seven of Wands is coming in the form and next to a Five of Pentacles on this side. I'm sorry, not the Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is coming through with this other energy here. To me, it's talking about sabotaging a good thing, sabotaging your opportunities, not giving yourself opportunities, or if you have the opportunity, you are running away from it. Okay. It's like, I don't know, somebody here is like saying they don't deserve to be happy, or they don't deserve to have good things. They don't deserve to be blessed. I'm feeling a new start. I'm feeling a second chance. But somebody here is blowing it. And they're blowing it because they're too much in their head. There's too much low-level frequency, low-level vibing, which is like negative thinking, right? Like there's a grudge here. Like let go. You know, what are you holding on to that you are continuing, and this could be somebody else, it doesn't have to be you, but that you're continuing to act out in these ways, right? Like these are behaviors that are not suitable for living a positive, happy, healthy lifestyle. And whether you don't believe that you can have that or not, it's like, when are you going, and again, I'm not just speaking to you, it could be anybody, but when are you going to grow out of these behaviors? When are you going to grow out of this mindset that not only is unnecessary, you're probably like known to be this way at this point, or, you know, maybe others in your life are like telling you like, come on already, right? Like, why do you always do this? Like, and I'm so sorry to say this, but this is what I'm feeling, like, grow up already, right? Like, do the work, do the hard thing, you know, because the Seven of Swords also talks about taking the easy way out, or, you know, like not doing, in this case, it feels a lot like sabotaging and not doing something because you don't want to put in the work here that's necessary to get out of this lack mentality or this position of lack. Somebody may be hurt as well here with the Five of Pentacles and is requiring help, but is not appreciative of the help that they're getting with the Seven of Swords. This is like a messy, toxic situation here. I'm also feeling entitlement. I'm feeling a lot of pride and ego coming through with this energy. Knowing, maybe, I don't even know. I do feel that some of you or whoever is in this energy knows that they shouldn't be acting this way, that they shouldn't be doing this, right? Like this light here within them, it's like knowing better, right? Like your higher self, or, you know, your morals and who you are, like at the core of you is like saying, no, you know, do better. But for some reason, you're either peer pressured or you're holding a grudge. There's a lot of anger or something like that that is making you act out in the opposite way. And it's just so unfortunate here, because you do literally have blessings coming through. You have people that want to help. This is like, make the decision to go towards the light. Here with the Two of Wands is a decision energy, making a choice. So it's like, make a decision to go toward the light. But somebody here is running away. Somebody here is running away from the light. Somebody here is hurting themselves, purposely hurting themselves even more. They want to hurt. They want the pain. They want to suffer. It's a little bit of like victim mentality. You know, just like when you have this person in your life that you know can do better, and you just see them making shitty choice after shitty choice, and it's so hurtful, you know, like it hurts you, like you can't do anything for them, you can't help them, you know, they need to make that first step. What else is coming through for the Pisces, please? Actually, I want to see this Seven of Swords a little bit deeper. Let's clarify the Seven of Swords for the Pisces. I'm also feeling somebody taking advantage. Ten of Wands, the Sun again. It's official 3 times. The Sun has shown itself in this reading so far. You have opportunities here, but that's it. It's like, yeah, it's just so hard. The Sun is here, you know, the opportunity is here, but it involves so much work. It involves you to just pick yourself up and really commit to something, to working. The Pisces energy is not a work energy. You know, it's not a, I'm going to wake up every day like this routine thing, or unless you have other placements in your chart, right? But the archetype of the Pisces itself, it's more of the spiritualist, you know? So it's not easy for them to really do hard physical labor on a daily basis to really take advantage of this. But it feels like somebody is needing to completely change, right? Like completely, in order to get out of this shitty situation. And it's like, I'd rather just give up. I'd rather give up than have to do all of this work. And depending on your age or something like that, right? Like if you're already older, then it's like, why do I have, like, maybe something has recently happened that is requiring you to change your habits, change your lifestyle, change your location, change your job. Like, maybe there's a big change that you're going through, and it's like, I'd rather just give up. I'd rather not even do this work. Like, I've done this my whole life just for me to start from scratch again with the Ace of Wands, right? Like, start over. The Seven of Swords is also coming through in a way of, you know that this is hard work, but you're trying to find a way to make it easy. Okay, you're trying to figure out a strategy, and for some of you, take advantage of other people in order to find the easy way of doing this thing. Or again, somebody may be like this in your life, right? This is not necessarily you. So, all right, what else is coming through? The middle of the month for the Pisces, please. Three of Cups, good. Knight of Cups. Four of Cups. Ooh, you go from being in the mind to emotional at the end of the month. I mean, the middle of the month. This is like, and you know, I mean, every sign, every archetype has its blessings and its curses, right? And the blessings can be a curse as well, and the curses can be blessings. But this is like such the Pisces energy of, I'd rather just fantasize. And I'd rather just lay here and think about the person I love and fantasize about them. You know, I'd rather just be in this like romantic situation. And for some of you, it's like you're not even with the person, but you'd rather be in your head and in your emotions about them than really face the external reality and what your external situation is. Maybe you have a glimpse of the person you love, or maybe you come together with them in some way. You have this like positive interaction, this romantic, loving, you know, admiring or like attention giving interaction with someone else. And it feels good, but the reality comes back and it sinks in. And it's just like there's this feeling of, I can't do this because of money and work. Okay, for a lot of you, that's the case. That's the problem. There's a sense of, you know, not feeling that you are worth it or that you can bring value to this situation that you may be in with another person. You know, it's a heavy belief system. Like this belief system of yourself that you're not worth it, that you're not good enough, that you don't have enough, is so deeply rooted with the Pisces that I'm picking up on right now. And this sabotage of sabotaging good things because of that is so habitual, you know, and not working toward a change is so, it's predictable at this point as well. And you have a Chariot type of person. This could be a Cancer, someone with prominent Cancer energy in your life, offering a way out, offering a new life, offering an opportunity of some sort. And if you're not careful, this spirit of darkness that I was talking about earlier is going to come through and just take over and kill this whole thing because of this Seven of Swords energy. Okay, you have light, you are light. And I just don't know if like you even see that. It's been so long since you have felt love for yourself. It's been so long since you've seen the good in yourself. And every time you see a glimpse of goodness, you stab yourself. you hurt yourself. Okay, this is a mental situation. This is a way of thinking, a belief system about yourself. It's not true. And there's meditation, there's help, there's healing modalities that help with this, you know. I mean, the easiest way that I can think of for somebody who doesn't know where to start or where to go or what to do for a Pisces, and I say this in a lot of your videos, a lot of your readings, is to find God. Okay, a Pisces without God, without spirit, without whatever it is that they believe in, it is a lost soul. Okay, it's that is your other half, not the person, right? This romanticized thought of, you know, your ideal person that you want to be with, or your soulmate, or your other half, or whatever. It's God, it's spirit. That's your soulmate for Pisces. So that's where to start if you don't know where to go, right? Just walk into a church. Even if you don't believe, even if you're not part of that religion, start somewhere. It'll lead you. It'll lead you to spirit. It'll lead you to God. At the end of the month, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Again, here's some more work energy. Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups. Okay, so good. For some of you, you're actually, you are working toward this person, this Chariot type of person, for the sake of emotional fulfillment. You're coming up with a plan. You're coming up with a realistic, viable way to be with this person or in relationship with this person or something like that, because you don't want to lose them. This person may be giving you an ultimatum, which is requiring you to do something different. And in the beginning of the month, you may be rejecting it and trying to run away from it, trying to get out of it, trying to come up with excuses or reasons why, whatever. But by the end of the month, it does seem like you start putting in some work here. And this Queen of Cups, Chariot, male or female, is helping with that by providing love, care, nurture, and sort of guiding you along this healing process through love, through the heart, for the sake of family, for the sake of children, for the sake of an emotional fulfillment, just in general. And this is yours, right? Like there's an element of this that belongs to you, you know? And so it's like, this is all I have left. I'm feeling somebody say like, this is all I have, you know, without this, I am nothing. Without this, I have nothing else. Like you may be about to lose that, but you see that, you know, you need to put the work in and you need to make some changes. And I think that this also started with this positive interaction that you had in the middle of the month as well, where there was some celebration, there was some acknowledgement of the situation, acknowledgement of love and feeling. Maybe there was an apology or something like that as well. But there's a reason to celebrate. So some of you are coming across a reason to celebrate something in the middle of the month as well. But internally, yes, there is a feeling of lack, a feeling like I don't deserve. And again, for some of you, it has to do with your financial state. So it's like, okay, how can I get here? How can I do the thing? And it's like start from scratch, or start, like we were saying, starting from the beginning, start over. All right. So that's positive, and that's beautiful energy there. Let's get some clarifiers. See what else the universe has to say to you guys. Self-worth and expectations. That's it. For some of you, it's like you come from a place of feeling of being let down continuously, whether that is the universe and your external circumstances always letting you down, like you always getting the low end of the stick, or it's you always letting yourself down, or you always letting others down. So that's the expectation that you have out of life. That's the expectation that you have out of any new thing that you start, right? That it's going to be, it's going to be a negative experience. And that has to do with, again, going back to the belief system that you have about yourself, right? Like your self-worth, your self-love. So these cards are saying, let it go, release these thoughts. And I know it's not easy, especially if, like I said, it does feel really deep rooted in you. You know, you've probably gone your entire lifetime believing this way, thinking this way, that it's not easy for any stranger to just say, hey, let it go, right? Like release those thoughts. It can happen, but work has to be put in to do that. Conscious effort to heal this within you has to be done, right? It's not easy, but that's the answer, you know? And really it's a lot. I mean, I'm a big believer in shadow work, and I have done this many times throughout my life. So I know the benefits of it. I also know the process of it, but I mean, you have to start from the beginning. You have to go all the way back to where this began. And typically it is always within our upbringing where things like this began, or early experiences, early, really negative impacting experiences that we've had in our lifetime that starts to create these mental blockages. And then they mold themselves into our being, you know, and the longer that we stay in that and we don't do anything about it, the harder it is for us to heal these things. So starting from the beginning, going back to the source, and when this happened, that caused you to have this low sense of self-worth and self-love, you know, where does that come from? Why do you feel like that? How were your parents? How were your caregivers? How did they treat you? You know, what happened in school? Right? Like when you became an adult, early adulthood, what mistakes and negative experiences that you experienced during these times, like all of these things, the things that you regret, right, need to be looked at and faced in the eye, face to face. And you see it as something that just happened. It just happened. You know, it was years ago. It is not in the present moment of today. For a reason it happened. You acknowledge it, you look at it, and you forgive it, right? Whether this is your own doing, you forgive yourself for the things that you regret, or if it is the doing of others and how they hurt you, you forgive them and let go of the grudge, not for them, but for you, right? The people who impacted you in these negative ways in your early years, how can I say this? Like, they were just people, you know, there's no rhyme or reason for it. It just happened, right? Yes, our parents or our caregivers are supposed to do the best job that they can do. They're supposed to give us a good childhood and upbringing. But at the end of the day, they were just human beings living this life the way we live this life. And sometimes people think of this life as a shitty life or as a hard life or whatever, right? You can relate to that, not to give it a sense of like, okay, how can I say, like them getting away with it, but you can relate to how people can show up living this life, even though they don't have a good one, right? So maybe your parents or your caregivers, maybe they didn't do the best that they could, but again, it's just what it is. Like, let go of the grudge, you know? And that's how you start to release it, like just to let it go little by little. But it's a lot of therapy. Like I didn't do therapy. I did this on my own, but I was consistent with it and I had no choice. I felt like, right? Like it's just part of who I am. So, I would do it a lot. And I would go back to these memories and these past experiences through meditation, and I would face them, and I would see my parents and I would see my caregivers in different ways. And it allowed me to just accept what happened and move on from it and let it go. So for whatever reason I'm talking about that, I don't know. Somebody hopefully needed to hear that. If you want more help with that, let me know. My email is in the description of the video, so you could always just shoot me an email and we can set up a consultation or a reading or something. Anyway, that's the answer here. That is the answer for you. All right, one more from the Sacred Geometry Oracle deck. Soul, number 37. So the energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God, or the divine. Yep. I mean, you are light, you are God, God is us, right? Like, however you call it, if you choose to see God in a man-made form or in a spiritual, etheric form, whatever, right? It's still a belief in a higher being that we are connected to, right? All that is, all that was, all that ever will be. The source of life, right? Whatever that is to you. That's your soul. That's the connection. So I would just say, again, you know, if you don't know where to start and how to get out of this, pray. Because I'm feeling like whoever this is like at a place where maybe you just stumbled across this video or stumbled across like the spiritual world in some way. And you don't know where to go or how to get out of this. Or maybe your person, whoever this is about, right? It doesn't have to be about you. It could be about somebody really, really close to you, doesn't know where to start. And you're coming across this message of pray for them, have them pray, take them to church, you know, do something of that sort. And that's like step one. That's the first step. But connection to God and to have like an anchor, you know, something that you can feel safe with and know that you're not just flowing around in the ethers, right? Because the Pisces is so ethereal that it's easy for the Pisces energy to be so confused and lost and in limbo and in and out of realms and not grounded and not steady, right? And when the Pisces is like that, it's because they haven't found God yet. So, okay. Anyway, I'm going to stop there because I feel like I can keep going. Thank you so much for your energy and time. As always, like the video if you got something out of it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Hope this helps. I hope and wish the best for you guys. Happy holidays, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.